go ahead.
Okay, so there's two things about the CS that people don't realize is the tip of the barrel, not the tip of the barrel, but the tip of the gun mantlet itself actually counts as a viewport for the CS.
All right.
So because of that, whenever you're rushing into location, you want to raise your gun up so you actually get a better spotting range.
I thought it was the base of the gun barrel. It's the tip?
Yeah, it's it's still, you want to raise that tip up though.
Yes, right, because it does give you a little bit better, right?
Yeah. So if you come from where I was, with a Bond turbo and with the turbo directive, you will never get hit getting to the position over here to hit the rock. Not unless you spawn on the far side. I'm in position. So from here, you cannot. So you can hide there,
But I'll get
but
shot
the
from the
moment
middle.
you peek out, boom.
Yeah.
Like, you can't peek without me having a shot.
Right, if I sit this way, you know, I'm kind of toast if they're anywhere over there.
Right. And that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up CS builds. Is like, if I was to take CVS and I get to this spot, because you can take like vents, CVS, and the Bond turbo, and I can see through this bush.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'd have to actually show you that with CVS. I don't have it currently equipped. But yeah, if you do that, I can see through this bush and you hold it down. So from there, like, switch me spots.
I come up there?
Yeah, come up here, and then I'm going to go to it. So getting to this rock here, like, I have to overextend for donut to make sure I'm safe from you. So if we send anyone donut, or if anyone gets sent donut, then I'm just screwed because now I'm pinched. See? And I'll shoot to hopefully so you can see me. Okay, let me move forward again. So from here, I'm safe from you now, but I'm in danger of donut.
Gotcha.
And then from here, I have to overextend to get a shot on you. Okay. So if we do send anyone here, which is a great spot until we lose donut, the person here needs to know how to get off. Which there's two ways. I prefer this way, which is you actually overextend yourself and then you slide down. Well, not that way, but you slide down and do that.
Alright, let me come down there and try and take a shot at it. I mean, I'll have your recording anyway, and they're just going to be side by side.
Yeah.
So let's see, are you coming back up? Yeah, I see you.
So if you do the way I prefer, you can do it without completely hurting yourself. You can hurt, like, you lose nothing. But if you fail, you take almost half your HP.
But you can't just slide down right here. It's too steep.
I haven't tried that one in particular.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. But you have to exit, unfortunately. The one I was talking about is you go this way, you expose yourself for half a second, and then you come down.
Okay, I see. It was just a little too violent last time. Okay, let me give that one a whirl. Now this one isn't bad. I mean, but you just gotta really tiptoe over the edge, it looks like. Which does leave you a little vulnerable. So let's see if I can learn the other side. This is good, I like this. This is a very interesting way to play this spot. Now, is the CS the best choice for that spot, or are there better options?
907 to be honest, but the issue is from the other spawn, from the other side, I will always see you and get the first shot on you before you even get in position. So if I run like improved aiming, I track you before you get there unless you're running hard enough.
Gotcha. Okay, let's try this way. So, now what about this position in general? Does this serve any function?
Yes, it does. So that position that you're in right now serves the same thing as this rock. The only difference is you can't support Donut if Donut starts getting overran.
Okay, but what about just not even, like, if we're playing north side, is it beneficial? I mean, there is a bit of a break in the bushes, but however, there's a tree over there that seems to help hiding from that. If we're not playing Donut, does this work rather than falling off?
In theory, yeah. The only thing is, like, you have to watch out from this position that you're in. You have to watch out for like D8, the come around, and you have to watch about the 1-2 line come around.
Right. Okay, so you're not safe. However, there's a gap here, but my assumption would be any stirve in the top could get a shot well before they could get to that gap.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay,
so this is viable as long as, I mean, if they're coming around the 8 line and we're playing this side, we're kind of toast anyway, right?
Exactly.
So, and obviously, if they come around the 1 line, this position is screwed, and it's probably toast regardless.
Well, and that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. So
sure.
I remember vividly in one of the matches I mentioned that we had lost the donut, they were flanking around.
Here, I'll give you this.
And whenever that had happened, oh, you want me to get into it?
Well, no, I'm just giving you that area.
Oh, so, gotcha. No, so we were playing mid. Sorry, and I mentioned that we had lost donut and that we were about to get flanked, and it was a good 3 minutes after that call before any rotation was called. And so we need to move faster when we notice that we're about to be vulnerable, because when I made that call, it was me and you. Come here, follow me. You were in the KPZ.
Yep.
Playing up here with me. And our chieftain, yeah. And I was playing here, and I was like, hey, you need to come over to here, because if you come to this position and you rock over here, then you start getting shots to be bounced. Take that right there, and then back up. And then I'm going to go over to where they were.
So a chieftain will bounce shots here? It feels like my lower plate is...
Well, that's what I'm about to show you real quick. So your lower plate is exposed if you don't put your ass up in the air slightly. So I'm gonna come here, and then so look at my screen.
Yep.
Now see how much you can pull forward. So now back up slightly. There. Whoop, forward. There. I have no lower glacier shot.
So you can kind of go through my upper plate, but it's not a guarantee. I can easily rock though, right?
Exactly. If you're in a chieftain or something, that's just
the KCC.
It's a little rough if you go a little bit further than that, though.
Okay, so that rock gives me a little coverage. Okay, that's interesting. So I didn't realize that this was actually a spot. I was always using. Hang on, I'm just gonna shoot it. The little berm there. Hold down behind.
Well, that was the other reason why I mentioned. I tried to make the call out, and I don't think you understood what I was saying. I was saying I'm about to die for you, and what that meant was I was about to come over here because I had already backed up into the position for you. So go back into that spot.
You were gonna cover me up there?
Yeah. So I was going to die. Like this, right here.
Okay, gotcha. And I can shoot right over you.
Right. So I die here, and now you can actually lift your front glacis up a little bit if you need to.
Okay, I didn't understand what you were saying. I thought you were referring to the 9-line S-come.
Yeah, no, this is essentially one of the strats that we did in Goons. I hate to name drop them, try to pull strats from them, so on and so forth, but is if you're going to die in a position that helps your team.
Right.
So I knew I was going to die. So it's like, hey, what's the best position for me? So I was turning my turret this way, and I was going to give it to you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, good. This is good to know. Thank you. What other spots, while we're on here and while I'm recording this, could you show me that, is there any others? I would like to take a look at the position over at G2,
Okay.
Where people rush up, and just kind of get a sense of what I can see and what I can't.
Well, here, do me a favor real quick and
Sure.
follow. Sure. Well, actually, kill me and we'll just restart.
Okay, no problem.
I want to show you the.
Oh my god, I can't even do that right.
I'm gonna have you spawn in the south, and I'm gonna spawn in the north. I'm gonna try to take that rock we just mentioned about. I want you to take the position in mid, and I want you to see what I'm talking about having the first shot there.
Okay. So you want me to go up to where you were earlier and see if I can't get a shot at you coming up?
Exactly. Like, you try to shoot me as I'm heading to that rock, while you head to the to that middle slot. The
Sure.
middle location. Sure.
Now, is there an equipment loadout that you think is best for that spot? Or, I often run turbo hardening rammer on mine, but I also have a setup with vents. Is there anything?
Well, so turbo hardening rammer, turbo hardening improved aiming, turbo CVS rammer, turbo CVS improved aiming is okay. Even turbo CVS hardening is okay, depending on what's needed. Like, there's a couple of strats with the CS63 that almost make it more viable than an EBR. And I know that's kind of hard to say, but there's a few,
Right. Well, at least it has, it has 2.5 times the DPM, or
right.
Or
You should spot me now.
So.
How did you not spot me?
I wasn't even up there yet.
Okay. Do you have Bond Turbo?
No.
Okay, that's why then. So Bond Turbo, CVS or Bond Turbo, and the Turbo Directive, you would have spotted me. Don't shoot me yet. You would have spotted me whenever I got to here. This is where I spot everyone else. Is right here.
Interesting. Okay, so just it's about 10 meters.
Yeah. So from here, and then it takes however long to get to this spot. So.
No, actually, I can kind of shoot you through that gap.
Oh, well, give me a second. I'm not backed up into it. I am in that spot now.
So, how high do I have to... Is it even possible? I mean, I have a wicked small shot, and that pillar is going to be annoying. As I'm falling off the hill.
So one thing that I noticed about a lot of north spawns with some of the top clans is they run a single EBR on this map.
Okay.
And so what they do is they run that EBR straight up mid through here, and it comes up, it comes over, it spots to see if the team is coming around to the middle or if they're going up high. That EBR gets there before the teams even get to like C5. So if the EBR sees that the team is up there or is playing up here, then the team full rotates over to the 1-2 line. If the EBR does not see anyone up here, it means that the enemy is taking 1-2 line, and then you play the 5 to 9 line.
Okay. What did you think about the 3 CSs back down around the edge?
I'm sorry, one more time?
What did you think about the 3 CSs down the 9 line?
I think it's fine. The issue is, so as you're aware, obviously there's going to be the one TD in the nest.
Right.
There's going to be. Right. So if we know that we have a mismatch, then sure, plow the CSs, take that kill, but then don't push into the into the TD nest. Take advantage of them pushing the 1-2 line or whatever, and we reflank back around.
Yeah, so that was my next question. Is we could pull the mediums back down the 9 line, and then you have a double crossfire with the 3 CSs and the stir, rather than trying to force it.
Come here real quick. The other thing is this: your CSs are. I don't want to say they're climbing the hill wrong, but they're definitely not properly climbing up.
All right. Take a look.
They're being slightly inefficient. So when you're coming from this side, you cut and clip this rock here.
Okay, so that rock right there that I just missed.
Yeah, so I go through this rock right here.
Okay.
So, and the reason... Yeah, let me get some speed real quick.
I'll follow you up. Like, I'll just go back around to the edge.
Yeah. Alright, coming. We should be good here. And here we go. So most people aim, to go up the path, whatever. Aim for this tree. If you do that, you actually don't get any shot chance from anyone passing.
Okay, do you get lit?
You don't get lit at all.
So we've been trying to delay the CS push. Is that better to go? Can you still do it?
The second part is, like, if you do, so this CS that makes this initial first little jump here, because he gets spots, and if he's unfortunate, he'll get lit. But 9 times out of 10, I don't get. So from there, if I don't get lit, what I do is I drop a track, and you hug this back end here. Whoops, slid too much.
Okay, but you don't have the speed. That's probably why.
Yeah, so if you have the speed, you can actually drop a track and hug that lip on the back end, and you never gets shot.
Okay. I'm gonna go over where I would be in a chieftain, let's say, waiting for you to do that. And let me just see so that anybody who's watching this later can kind of get an idea.
Okay.
So I won't shoot you just in the interest of not setting anybody on fire.
Well, no, you can shoot me. It's fine.
Let me know when you're. So I'm gonna look for you at that first gap.
Okay, I'm going now.
All right, I'm waiting. All right, let's see. So I'm climbing up the hill. Maybe I'm moving a little.
And I'm
okay,
up.
I spotted you at the first gap, but barely.
And now I drop a track. Okay, so you got 1 shot.
I did. I had the top half of your tank.
You had the top, so you had the turret or the...
I had the turret, I had it above your tracks were hidden, everything else I had. I want to try it.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, there's no foolproof way to get up there without getting shot. It's just minimizing it, right?
Well, before, then that's one of the things I wanted to test, is before you could actually drop a track, and the only thing they would have is the tippy top of your turret.
Interesting.
So...
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a gander or take a shot at it. And let's see.
Yeah.
Maybe I drag my tires a little, or my tracks a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna shoot for the tree there, that little bump.
Yeah. So little bump. Good. And then you carry the speed and go upward. You lost too much speed.
Ah.
So you want to hit here. Look at me. You want to hit this.
Okay. So I was too far to the right.
Yeah. You want to hit this.
Let's give it another shot here. This is some damn good learning. Thank you.
Well, so CS was like the one tank that I only played for that clan war because that's all they wanted me in.
Really?
So.
So a little bit more to the left.
Yep.
I did it again, didn't I?
Yeah, you went way too far right.
Okay, let me see. Let me watch you.
Watch me. See, I'm hitting this rock. Whoop. Come on. I've done it so many times.
I know, that's okay.
One second.
Here, I'm gonna follow you up so I can follow exactly.
And that's the
Right,
other
gun in the
part
air,
right
you said.
there. Yeah, gun in the air. And here we go.
Alright.
I hit it too much. Interesting.
Are we coming at too steep of an angle? Should we be more on the path and then cut? I don't...
Possibly. I did it earlier perfectly, and now I'm just...
That's... okay. I'm gonna follow you again.
Cut out all the bloopers.
It's not, it's fine, because it shows people what happens if you don't do it right.
Yeah.
It's not, you're teaching, so...
I'm gonna follow the road a little bit more and then cut in. Yeah, see, that off-balance you if you do that.
Oh, I stayed too far to the...
I was gonna say, maybe they made it too slippery now?
No, you did it earlier. Look at it.
Give me a second.
Okay, let's try it again.
Let's take one last run at it.
You did it before.
I'm actually gonna aim right where the tree is cracked at.
Zero doubt that
There we go, yeah. You lose almost all your speed though.
there we go. No, I got it. Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Okay, so it's a little tough.
Yeah, whoops, didn't mean to knock you off.
Oh, I still
So
made it.
the wheel drop is here. So you drop half the track here.
Okay. But as long as you keep one track on the road, you should be okay.
Right. And that's where you were saying that you had no track shot. The other thing is how to play this mid-ridge here. I saw a couple of people trying to play this position here and aiming towards the CS that's on the other side, so get on the other side of the berm. So they're trying to shoot the CS on the other side, and they're just coming up here and exposing way too much.
Right.
So you have to angle and actually use this ramp here.
Yeah, if I angle away from you, it's a whole lot better, because I'm getting extra gun depression from the slope.
Yeah. And then if I...
Let me see from your end again. I'm just going to come over there.
Yeah. So
okay, you're using the side slope here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm using this to drop the front. And then here, come over there and I'll switch you.
Right, let me see. Obviously, I'll have it from your perspective. So this is what we were doing before, which was this. Right, I see that it's... I could just kind of get a shot at catching it, but fine. Right. And I'm sure that works. Does that work with a chieftain as well, or does the chieftain have the gun depression?
It works with everything that has at least -7.
Okay.
Hey,
so the issue is you're coming at it a little too steep.
Okay.
You need to try to flatten out a little bit because you're exposing way too much of your side. I can track you.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. All right, try. There you go. Now I can't get the gun to actually hit your track.
Okay, so it's not even the rock. You want your left track to be just left of the rock.
Yeah.
Because when you're all the way up here, I mean, yeah, you get the gun depression, but holy cow, I guess, wow, that looks ridiculous.
Yeah, from there it's just track.
Okay. Let's
I'm
take...
jumping off, Mitch.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow. You coming on tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
Okay, that's good to know as well. Can you show me anything about that G2 spot?
G2. Oh, yeah.
Because I've actually never played it. No, I'm assuming the most efficient way is to just round the corners tightly to the rock. I mean, there really isn't anything over here that's going to save you.
Yeah, for the most part. Like, you're all in when you're over here.
Gotcha. Now, obviously, turret to the right, I guess, when you're crossing that. We should knock down here.
I mean, yeah, the tree that you just hit is fine.
Okay. I guess you can kind of get yourself double bushed from the mid this way?
Right. But again,
not really, you're too high.
If you're not playing for Donut, then there's no reason to be up here.
Okay, really?
Yeah, because essentially, the way I understand your thought process is have someone here to, like, get flanking shots. The issue is, this person here, if he doesn't have anyone playing, you know, the 1-2 line behind him, is just going to get murdered.
Okay, so what about our skeleton crew? We put a Foshby in like a version 4 over here. We have a Sturv in the back, and then we have everybody else middle. I mean, anything that comes for this vehicle is going to get shot from the middle and the Sturv, right?
In theory, yeah. That's kind of the reason why I mentioned earlier about the EBR screen. You run a single EBR to get that intel. Because, so the EBR is in position, like he gets the intel, roughly about here. Like, so he's going to get here, and you're only going to be, if you spawn on the south side, you'll be at like G5, or if you're in a CS, you'll be at like G5, 9. Yeah, like roughly there. So you can easily just pull around and pull off if you notice that the team is pushing up top.
Okay, but if they don't bring an EBR and we're not going donut, does that work?
Well, no, I'm saying like the EBR will tell you if they're coming top or not. Because
okay.
Yeah, because otherwise, like the EBR can run all the way around here and get all this intel. Actually, here, kill me again.
Kill you?
Yeah. Alright, here, I guess I can fall off, yeah?
Let's see.
I'll jump in a ABR and show you. HP.
I bounced. Hang on, I'll just rant.
Thank you.
No problem. Happy to help.
And I will mention that while bringing EBR gives you so much information, the bad thing is you're running an EBR, so you're really down a decent gun.
Half a tank almost.
Yeah. So from there, you really have to rely on your team being able to make that quick rotation and also like land the shots that you need them to land. I'll spawn to the north, it's fine. So act as if you're gonna head to the middle, like normal. And I will show you when I spot you, basically.
I'm gonna run like up to that spot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then after this I'll probably have to call it because we're approaching 1:30. And I should spot you when you spot me, right?
In theory.
Oh wait, I'm heading to the G2 spot, correct?
That's fine too, yeah.
Oh, where did you want me to go?
That's the G2 or the hill, either way.
Okay, well I'll just go hill, that's more common. Alright, I just passed the rock.
There you go.
Ah, okay.
So by the time I get that in, like from where I just spotted you, so you were, wait a second, you were here-ish when I spotted you?
Yeah.
So by that intel, I'm going to tell you how many CSs are actually heading hill. I tell you how much of their team is actually coming this way, off of that one spot. Because if they're that's fine. If their CSs are going hill, that means they're sending no 1-1-2 line. If you don't see any CSs going this way, then that tells you that they are 1-2.
Right, that is a good point. Okay, so there's some... In the short term, it's very useful. It depends on what you do after that.
Exactly. Like, me telling you, hey, there was no CSs there, so there's no one taking the hill, means that, hey, expect a 1-2 push. We can, re-rotate to accept the 1-2. We know they're going to go up the donut, so we can set up, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 line and get a firing line going. Or if they are going up the hill, then we can re-rotate off and then go 1-2 and go up the donut, and just set a couple light defenses towards like the sniper nest and that one little corner at what is that, D4, D5?
Okay. Alright, this is very useful. I'll put this video in the training room. I should actually be okay. Because since we both went, since I got to shoot you and vice versa, it'll be very useful. So I'll stick it in the training library there.
And again, like I don't want to say what you guys were doing is wrong. Like, it's not. Every team has their own way of doing things. So if it works for you, then don't change it. The one thing that I would change is if me and you are playing in that position again, for example, and I'm letting you know I'm dying for you, that you need to get into position to accept your new placement, basically.
Well, yeah, we don't want that to go to waste.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's and we went over 3 positions there and a bunch of other stuff. So this should be pretty useful, and I'll timestamp this. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
I know. I'm sorry. I know I'm the new guy, and I don't want to like step on any.
That has nothing to do with your length of time in the clan. Has nothing to do with what you can contribute. It really doesn't. There's no such thing as the new guy, so don't worry about that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
anything you contribute is beneficial.
I gotcha. I just wanted to double check. The only other thing is, if your CS player does not have a bond turbo, you actually miss out in getting into location roughly 4 seconds on every map.
Okay, so we need to make sure that anybody who's bringing a CS should have a bond turbo on that CS.
Yeah, the bond turbo, and if they can run the turbo directive, it will get them in position roughly 3 to 4 seconds faster than anyone else.
Okay, and the bond turbo is something that you have to perk that...
It's
okay.
Yeah.
That's not an easy one to get.
Yeah. That's the reason why I was asking, what you guys needed, because that was one of the big purchases I made, the sacrifice I made for the previous clan, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, mine's on my IS-7.
Which is fine.
Normally I'm not calling, though, so... Or normally when I am calling, I'm not going to run a CS.
Right.
Okay, right.
Okay, right.
This is 10%. Bond is...
But yeah, let me show you this real quick. So if you go to, let me minimize firepower, survivability, mobility is the only thing I wanted to show you. So if I come here, where's my hardening at right now? It's on my 277. 277.
This is a bounty turbo. Bond turbo. Where is my bond turbo? I have no idea where my bond turbo is.
Alright, so the one last thing before you leave. So CS with the bond turbo and the directive is 40.95 power to weight. With 40.95 weight, 22.74 specific power, 61 top speed. Okay. Now, if I add in a bounty hardening, it actually increases the weight to 67.75. Now, that doesn't, people go, oh, well, that doesn't really mean anything. Having the extra weight, though, increases your traction, or having less weight increases your traction.
Interesting.
So if you run that, and then say, for example, you wanted to run, like vents, for example, actually increases your weight. So it actually lowers your power to weight ratio. It actually lowers your traction, so on and so forth. Whereas something like the rammer lessens it. Improved aiming is even less than that.
Right.
And then if we really wanted to go into it, like I mentioned with the CVS is even less than that. So the only reason why I bring it up is because traction is a important product when it comes to wanting to get into positions like that. Now, the only other thing is doing browsers. Like, if you wanted to throw browsers on, then doing that hill climb is so much faster.
So, I mean, so I don't actually have a Bond Turbo. I got a Bond Rammer from Clan Wars. I don't know where the Bond Turbo came from, like Onslaught or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, which I don't have, and I'm not overly successful with. But I'll see who has one.
Yeah. So depending on the position, depending on how important the position is to you, then your CS needs to be built in like one of 6 different ways. If you need them to get there as soon as possible and hold it down, then like Browser's hardening Bond Turbo Directive. If they don't need to get there like as soon as possible, then running like Bond Turbo hardening vents, Bond Turbo hardening rammer, improved aiming, whatever they prefer is fine. If you're needing it to like hold a position but still give you eyes, then you have to run CVS.
Got it.
So then it's Bond Turbo CVS and then like vents because you want to bump up that extra view range, or even Bounty Optics CVS Bond Turbo at that point, and you're going like full, like just spotting. But I don't recommend that as much, obviously.
This is a lot of great information.
So one thing is, and I think Quickie Baby made a video on it at one point about like running inoptimal equipment. Like there is equipment that is good on every map. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But then there are, depending on the map you're playing on, you want specific equipment because it helps you play that map just better. So while it may be inoptimal on most maps, it fits that map.
Okay.
Like,
I like that.
Like, for example, you're not going to run a speed build IS-7 on every map. Sometimes you want it to be a brawling IS-7 with like hardening and rammer and whatever else.
What are my 2? I have hardening, turbo rammer, and my second loadout is hardening turbo grousers. But
yeah, that's fine.
I don't usually use the grouser one because it kills my DPM down to below 2400.
Right, and that's the other thing is like that game where I did top damage, the very first game.
Yeah.
That was Bond Turbo, that was Bounty Vents, and improved aiming. I didn't have rammer.
Gotcha, because I guess as soon as you miss one shot because of inaccuracy, the whole rammer's out the window.
Exactly. Like, sure, I get another. Like the one missed shot is essentially 2 reloads worth with the bounty rammer.
Right. So the rammer isn't all. I mean, in a brawling scenario where you're not going to be missing, then I guess it's worth it. But hitting your shots that you actually fire is more important than volume.
Exactly.
Right. You can shoot 10 shots and nothing hits, and whatever.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, I've thrown my IS-7 accuracy out the window because I'm not shooting at long range.
And that's fine. Like some tanks, obviously, depending on the role that you're doing, that doesn't matter. If you're up close and personal, then yeah, just throw the rammer on and boom, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna halt this recording because I don't know how long it's been going on for. But
no, you're good, man.
Just so I can end the recording. That's it. Thanks.
I can.